OKC creates a little bit of breathing room between them and the Spurs for that first seed. Jayson Tatum has his first 30-point game after his notorious injury. My name is Levi Jacob.
It's Getler.
And you are listening to the daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. Welcome back to the podcast.
So it's been over a year, I think. So it's good to be back. Good to be home. What do you make of
For my fantasy basketball team, I make of it that I'm very happy because he's the only reason I'm being successful in the playoffs right now. That being said, I think he's just as dangerous as ever. The Charlotte Hornets crowd was cheering for him last night. They were letting out audible upset sounds when he missed 3-pointers. I think he's become the sweetheart of the NBA. I think we've reached like a full circle moment here.
It's weird considering he was the big joke of the NBA. Even after he won a title, everyone was just making fun and cringe.
Yeah.
And his summer with Team USA was lacking. So Tatum being back, is it good that Jaylen Brown went down? You think that's why he got into his groove? Is it hard for him to do it with him?
I think that we're past the narrative. And the reason why I'm saying that is Jayson Tatum, very interestingly, even when he came back, he's opted more for a facilitating role. His 3-pointers don't hurt the Celtics because otherwise the people that are taking them are Baylor Shireman, who, to be fair, has had a really, really good season, surprisingly, to Bill Simmons' excitement. But I would rather Jayson Tatum taking and missing a 3-pointer every night as opposed to
get the reps.
taking.
So
Yeah, 100%.
is Shireman going to get playoff minutes?
I think he might. I actually think that he might. It's a little bit surprising, but he fits into the system pretty well. They trusted him last night. That was like pretty cool.
They must have a great system because every year these guys I've never heard of just come through the system and they're playing well. Is Hugo Gonzalez a rookie?
Yeah, he's
play like a rookie.
Killing it. I was watching even Neemias Queta last night, being like, he's like a starting caliber center that the Celtics just pulled out. They had him on the bench all last season, and they were like, Here, why don't you play starting center minutes? And he was feisty last night. It was so surprising.
Question: how much is the system versus the actual players? I don't know how well they would play on other teams. I don't think they would really do so well. It's really a testament to that coaching staff and everything they built there. Even the culture for Tatum to come back and not even worry about the ego. Is it my team or is it Jaylen Brown's team this year? I think they just like to win. So they're definitely title favorites on my end for the Eastern Conference.
I think that they must have gone through a lot of team therapy in regards to whose team is it, to make those personalities work. Maybe Brad Stevens had a hand in that at some point. But yeah, it's very interesting, to be honest with you, because there's always the argument of, is it coach or is it player? I think realistically speaking, there's so much ISO that goes on in the Joe Mazzulla offense with tandem of passing that it's so free flowing that I just feel like it speaks to the high IQ of the players. I think that you're right to say, like, if they were in Sacramento, would that happen? Would this progression happen for them? Most assuredly no. But
yeah,
I think what it takes for a team like this to be playing like this is talent with good scheme. Like, I think Peyton Pritchard is a perfect example of that. Like, with Brad Stevens, he was fine. He was still, there was the beginnings there of what he could be in this situation, and he's just been unlocked. And one of my
exploding.
Yeah, he's been really
30-point games is ridiculous.
He's become a regular primary ball handler for the Celtics team down the stretch of certain games. And I can't believe that Joe Mazzulla was an assistant coach before this for only 3 years. And this is the end result of his efforts. It's remarkable to me.
So Knippel is close to, I thought he was going to break the record yesterday, but he's close to that franchise record on the Hornets that they definitely got beaten out.
Yeah.
They had such a great game.
To win this game, Celtics beat the Hornets 114-99. As we mentioned, Jayson Tatum had his first 30-point game since back with injury. They also clinched a playoff spot. That's pretty cool. They are the longest running playoff streak in the NBA of 12 consecutive seasons. That's going all the way back to the Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, the Isaiah Thomas Celtics. And that crazy Tatum dunk over LeBron that I'll always and forever remember when he's only on the Cavs.
A rookie.
Yeah. He's still 19. It's pretty crazy. They hit 50 wins, locked up the top 6 seed. Likely they will finish where they are. If not, jump the Knicks. We'll see what happens. Knicks, come on. You got to heat up here at some point. Jaylen Brown went down with Achilles tendonitis. It could be something. It could also be nothing. Because the night before that, Jayson Tatum also sat with what was quote-unquote Achilles. maybe they're just giving him a little bit of rest time. Again, it's similar to the Thunder, maybe they don't want to reveal too much when they're playing potential potential team that they might play in the first round. Who
Yeah.
knows?
You'd think they'd
Um,
want to get as much Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum reps together just to get back in the groove, but guess it's not a problem anymore. They can win a title, play
and
another
also
playoff.
ever since the concept of staggering minutes became a thing, I feel like it's helped all those. Well, he needs the ball and he needs the ball. 12 23 shooting, over 50% shooting, which is a thing that he hasn't really done since coming back. This was his first like announcement, "I'm back" game. He really put his stamp on this, especially against the Hornets, who are on a streak right now. Really, really exceptional that he came back so quickly and looks this good. Like, he looks like Jason. He had a
It's
dunk. He had a crazy dunk in this game also. As I mentioned before, the Hornets fans were going wild for Jayson Tatum. Awesome. It was a really, really fun game. LaMelo Ball is doing what he's doing these days. He's come around a lot of people's NBA minds. Well, he's also like kind of come full circle. People are appreciating him more.
Do you
What a
trust the Hornets in a playoff series? I don't know if I love watching LaMelo. He's probably the most entertaining player in the league. I don't know if I trust him in a playoff series. I think he's just I don't know if he knows how to differentiate between important basketball and just playing at the JCC or YMCA. I feel he always plays the same way. I don't know if he could level that up decision making wise. He's always just having fun.
I was listening to, I think, Ryan Russillo talk about they've been in 2 play-in games. He historically has shot, I mean, the play-in has not been around for too long, but he historically has shot the worst out of any player
That
in
does
play-in.
not surprise.
Yeah, right? This it's
Only
very
2 games
fitting.
also. It's not fair
Right.
to him. But
I think under pressure, he doesn't always perform the best. That being said, you really think that Con Knipple is a really big fixer in that case? I'm not putting everything on the like, you're not always in clutch situations in playoffs. Yeah, it's a rookie. No, it's a rookie that's a little bit difficult. But I think we saw it with Duke. We've seen it in late game situations now. He's just kind of not afraid of the moment, which is a cool thing. Again, we have to see it in the playoffs. I think that's the thing that's a little bit difficult. This Hornets team is very good at team defense. When you don't have the outstanding primary defenders in the playoffs, that kind of is a separating factor usually. So maybe we'll see that the Hornets actually do, and they've just been hidden in this team defense. Musa Diabate, by the way, I can't sing more of his praises. Him and Kate are kind of a similar kind of archetype of player, but when other teams really key in on defense, in the playoffs especially, it's kinda hard to have the offense flowing the same. So we'll see. I'm not a big believer in them making it far in the playoffs. I think that if it's them versus any other team in the play-in, they're probably winning it. In a
yeah,
first
they're gonna
round
have to
series,
play a top seed, so it's
right.
gonna
But if
it's
they're
gonna be
against the
tough.
Knicks, for example, I take the Knicks for sure. I take the Knicks for sure, but I think it'd be an interesting series to say the least. Like, I think that the Hornets have it in them to try to stretch that series to 6. Again, I think that the Knicks are definitely winning that series, but
They're definitely the number one league pass team that you want to watch for the playoffs. It's gonna be very
yeah,
fun.
for sure.
Especially not even mentioning their announcers are by far the best. They make the game so entertaining. It could be a blowout game against the Nets, and they're just going crazy.
It's
It's really, really fun.
Yeah, I think that they've just been waiting years for this, you know? Like Kemba Walker used to do a good game here and there. He had a really good couple of seasons with Al Jefferson, but this is like
That's not so exciting.
right, like exactly, like Back to the Basket. We're cheering for Back to the Basket now, like now this is like a high octane. Charles Lee is doing incredibly well with rotations and offensive play calling. It's a lot of fun, including Kobe White now also is in the flow of the offense. It's a
It's a
great
good
watch.
6 man to have. That's fun.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Fun game to watch.
The all vibes team, that's for sure.
Well, that was the Sixers earlier in the year, which also, by the way, are good league pass team when Tyrese Maxey is out there with VJ Edgecombe.
Those are
The
two
past,
very scary first round matchups for a first and second or third seed. They're talented teams. 76ers full strength with Paul George and Embiid and Maxey. That they could beat anyone. I mean, they probably won't because there's the 76ers, but they're potentially as good as any other team in the league.
they're
That's a lot of talent.
when everyone's on the floor, it's a hard team to beat. It's a hard. I still would pick probably 4 other teams, other like in the NBA in total.
That's not a lot. That's a very
Right.
small amount of teams.
I also, within that conversation, think that Tyrese Maxey has, for some reason, not gotten any love or appreciation in MVP conversation.
Yeah. Similar to Jalen Brown. Or you think he got less than Jalen Brown?
I think he got less than he's not even on MVP ranking systems, whatever,
Is he on the top
ESPN.
10?
I don't know. I have to look at Basketball Reference, but I don't think so. I don't think he is, and he should be because he's the amount of minutes that he's playing, the amount of efficiency that he has defensively. He's so locked in. He just helps in every single way possible. And on top of that, he's scoring around 30 points a game. Like that's come on, that's nuts.
Shooting so well, finishing, he does it all. Playmaking's been okay.
But he doesn't need to. VJ Edgecombe has done a lot of the playmaking. Even when you have Joel Embiid out there, it's very easy to play make off a player like that. Like I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed with what the Sixers have done because not even a year ago it was all downhill. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. There was nothing exciting about anything that was going on, and here we are, and it's looking different. It's looking really really different.
Yeah, so as long as they focus on making the playoffs, maybe they can pull off an upset. Who knows?
I think
The
it's very very.
crazier things have happened. The Pacers were an injury away from winning the title last year.
Do you want to guess for me as of right now the top 10 in MVP award tracker?
Yes. So this is what
This is
NBA.com
basketball reference.
basketball reference. Okay, so by order or just 10 players?
Meaning, I feel like the order could potentially be natural, but also some of these players I wouldn't have put there. So
So we got Wemby, SGA, Jokic. Those are your top three. They got
no,
Luca in the top three.
they have Luca. Luca is third.
Luca's ahead of Jokic,
No,
ahead of Wemby. Okay. Okay. So Wemby's fourth. So okay. So then fifth is. I mean, they probably don't have Jalen. I mean, it should.
let
Cade
me let me.
Cunningham should be up there.
He's fourth.
Cade is fourth, and Wemby's fifth. Okay. Or is Wemby not fifth yet?
No, he's
So
fifth.
Cade.
He's fifth.
Okay. Is Jalen Brown sixth?
No, this is very interesting.
No, he's not. Okay. Is Anthony Edwards up there?
No,
Is he in the top 10?
I think because the Timberwolves are
So Jalen Brunson must be next at six.
no
Also not.
so
I'm
fascinating.
lost.
What is this list? I'm so confused by this.
Who are the top seeds? Who's the second? So no. So we already went through Jalen Brown, and we went through. Gosh, who's left? Who's the sixth? Who's the? So I mean, Durant and Shengun shouldn't be up there. I don't think either of them. It's a little bit.
No,
They take away too much from each other. I don't know. I feel lost. Donovan Mitchell? Is he getting lost? I
this is.
love. Am I
I want
missing a
to.
really big player?
I guess Basketball Reference would argue yes, but I wouldn't. This is so bizarre.
Is this for number 7 or number 6?
We are on. Okay, so far I'll tell you who you've listed and I'll tell you the order of it. Okay, number one, according to Basketball Reference, this is so Jokic.
Okay, this is all stats. So
Yeah.
yes,
So Jokic.
NBA.com is probably going to be more accurate who actually wins.
Yeah, but they don't have it. They don't have like a steady ranking because they have to release the article to then get more clicks. Like it's a
Exactly.
cheaper version of it. I mean, also to be fair, he's averaging 10 assists, a steal, almost a block, basically a block a game. It's just Jokic. It's so
He's as good
ridiculous.
as ever, Jokic. He's always
57,
deserving of MVP.
57% from the field, 38 from three.
Yeah.
That's nutty. That's not normal.
He gets the
82%
LeBron
from the line.
treatment at this point. Unless he does something we haven't seen before, he's not going to win MVP. All right,
Well, I
you're the
think
best player.
also the month off, I think also never helps like within the narrative because he's come back and he hasn't been putting up crazy amounts of points. He's just been doing crazy amounts of everything else.
He had a 21, 19 game or something the other day. So casual.
Yeah, looking so chill doing it too. Really nuts. Okay, here. So it was Jokic. Number 2 is SGA. Number 3 is Luca. Cade Cunningham comes in at number 4. 5 is Wembanyama. Number 6, 7, 8, and likely 10 you won't guess. So I can tell them to you if you'd like.
All right, let's hear it.
Do you want me to drop hints? I can drop hints.
You can drop a hint.
Okay. Center on a top seeded team for number 6.
Is it Jalen Duren
It is
or
Jalen Durant. Ding, ding,
Jalen
ding.
Duren?
Jalen Durant.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Number 7 is a point guard that has to do with one of these other players on this list.
Okay, is
It's a player that plays
Very-
alongside another player on this list. Yeah.
okay.
Kept them
Verse 7.
afloat he kept them afloat while Nikola Jokic is out, and also Jamal Murray. He's been playing well.
I feel like their plus minus influence. Oh, so wait, so Derek White must be there. No, is Derek White 8 or 10?
No,
No?
I think his shooting percentages this season are not good enough to get him onto this list. If they were the normal of his career, likely they would be here. Likely he would be here. Okay, this one is the most astounding to me. Number 8. Okay, center who we spoke about earlier today.
Also, we spoke about
Also for a
So
top seeded
Chet?
team. Yeah,
So Chet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
at number 8.
I mean, I get it. I guess he's the second best player on this title team, but it's a bit silly.
good
Now we're up to number
percentages.
8.
Yeah, up to number 8.
9.
Yeah,
Thought he was 8. He was 8. Chet.
he was 8. Yeah, we're up to 9.
Okay. Who's 9?
9
Is
is
it normal?
Brown.
9 is Brown. Okay.
Yeah,
No Brunson. No Brunson love.
no Brunson for a 2 seed.
Jalen
No Brunson.
I don't know how they come up with these lists, but someone should get shot at Basketball Reference. I don't know what they're doing. Come on,
Eh, num
Basketball Reference.
I don't think he's gonna
Get your
get
act
number
together.
10 number 10, not that he's playing poorly, just not at all who I would expect to be on this list. First time All-Star.
Danny Avdia.
Fortunately, no.
Not that he's
He
deserving of 10 either. First time All-Star in the East. Okay, is it Norman Powell?
no. No, that'd be really funny.
Norman Powell. Scotty Barnes has made All-Star game
Yeah.
before. Who else was a first timer? It is Scott?
No, no, no.
No, it's not Scotty.
He's made All-Star teams.
Who else made the All-Star game this year? I don't remember. Who's a first timer? I
I'll
was
give you a
Duran was a
hint.
first timer.
I'll give you
We
a
already
hint.
went over.
He has the same starting his first name and his last name have the same starting letter.
Wow, that is a really good hint. I feel embarrassed.
It's okay because you wouldn't think that he's on this list likely.
I was gonna say Kate Cunningham, but we already went over. Okay, who is it?
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson. Okay,
I
I
don't
feel like
mind
with the
it.
way the Hawks have been playing, I think that's fair.
Yeah,
Top 10 MVP, Jalen Johnson. I
he's
never
in the
thought
10th
he'd be
spot.
a good player. I thought he was only good at dunking, and then he was just good at everything else, apparently.
He's one of those that, like, they made into a point forward, they're just like, "Oh, I guess this works now?" That's kinda crazy. Okay, next. Thunder beat the Knicks 111 to 100. SGA takes over late, extends his record of 20 points or more to 135. He was cold in the beginning, 5 of 15 for the first 3 quarters. Then the 4th quarter happened. 3 for 3, made all of his free throws, finished with 30 points. Just a classic Knicks screw up. It's the truth.
And they ran
Yeah,
away with it at the end.
they
I
really
think it's
did.
just a classic. Because I watched this one. It's just a classic SGA game because he's not taking the ball every possession. He's not doing everything. He just kind of scores a few points here, scores a few points there, and then at the end of the game, he scored 30. And he just scores so effortlessly, and he really makes such tough shots. It's not normal. Just bails you out every time. Will take an impossible mid-range shot. It looks like a layup for any other player, and just he's really really good. You have to be really good at basketball to make things look that difficult, that easy.
Right.
I think it's Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant complex.
Speaking of tough shot making, to give the credit where it's due, Jalen Brunson, 32 points, 13 of 22 shooting. I give him credit. He's really to me the only part of this Knicks team that is consistently doing what it's supposed to be doing. Unfortunately for the Knicks, it's just like because being from New Jersey, we're right there with the net with the Knicks with the like I never got into the Nets because they were terrible, obviously. But I always rooted that the Knicks would at least be good, right? Like, you want to watch Carmelo, you wanted to watch him win, despite the fact that he's not a winning basketball player, unfortunately. You wanna watch the Knicks be good. Like, last year was so much fun to watch the Knicks in the playoffs. You wanna watch them be good. I just wish that the other people on the Knicks could get the memo. Like, Jose Alvarado is great, you know? All these players who are filling in, Landry Shamet, great job. Everyone's doing great. The other guys who are getting paid more money, do a little bit more. That's all I ask. Just do a little more. Karl-Anthony Towns, as I mentioned before, drive to the basket, you know? Just try once in a while, keep your head down, go to the rim, see what happens. It might be good. It might be good.
Yeah, well, wasn't Tom Thibodeau's philosophy of the starters have to play 48 minutes a night, and that didn't really do so well because you had no one you had no one left to play for the Knicks in the playoffs. Played with half a team. So, as long as in the playoffs they bring it, I mean, maybe there's some hope for New York, but I don't think anyone's taking them seriously. Even if they were one seed, I don't know if you could believe it till they do it.
Yeah, the beginning of the season really helped them. The end of the season really has not helped them. On a different note, the Spurs are, I believe, since February 2nd, 23 and 2, something like that, something around there. The Thunder are now 14 and 1 in their last 15. So they're also getting there. They're also they I think they might have the most difficult schedule this last stretch of about 9 to 8 games.
That could
I
be good for the other Western Conference teams to see if the 1 and 2 seed are fighting it out for the 1 seed. Not that the 7 or 8 seed have a chance, but that's potentially good for the mid teams. You want them to come tired for the playoff series.
100%.
I feel like
Um,
3 through 6, I feel like it doesn't have any bearing really. What's the difference? So
yeah.
anything that separates any of those teams?
I mean, if they're gonna go against the Rockets, who, by the way, similar to what you were saying about SGA, that he kind of just figures out a way to score throughout the course of the whole game, like, it's, like, very quiet almost. It reminds me a lot of what KD used to do with the Thunder, like, it wasn't he just it's natural to him, like, if he's not scoring, you're like, "That's weird," you know? But at
Every
this point
time
in
he
his
misses,
career.
there's surprise. You just
Right.
expect the shot to swish.
Right. Or at least get a foul call.
I was very high on the Rockets. I thought they were going to compete for the 1 seed, and then just without Steven Adams, they're not the same team. They don't have that infinite offensive rebound glitch where no matter what shot goes up, he's just creating another possession for them. And now they're just they're lost without him. Thompson
Yeah.
hasn't really leveled up the way people thought he would.
And
It's kind of sad.
Şengün is good, but all of the worries, like, meaning I think that the young guys in the Rockets are waiting for them to progress. all of the worries and frustration that we had from last season for them still exists, unfortunately. And Şengün, there's a lot of comparisons to him and Jokic, obviously at Şengün's age. Sorry, now how old he is now compared to what Jokic was at his age at the time. Statistically better. In terms of IQ, the feel is not the same and it's very apparent. On defense, Jokic knows where to put his hands. You know, he knows to get into passing lanes effectively. Şengün is his instinct is a little bit too slow, and I think that it could be that it'll pick up, but it's
Are you arguing Jokic is a better defender than Sengun? I mean,
yeah,
Sengun's way more athletic. I mean, you can see that block he had to save the game that other day,
yeah.
2 days
And then
ago. That
no
was
one came to
incredible.
pick him up. It was terrible, so terrible. Poor guy. He gets a
Oh
lot
my
of
god, that
of
was
hate.
literal.
Yeah, yeah. It was a crazy block, but he just that's when he's
He's not breaking
motivated.
it.
Right, exactly. That's when he's motivated. He likes to play on the offense. He likes to be like the offensive maestro, you know? And you're like, all right, buddy, like enough of the globetrotter passes. Like, let's just do this the right way and figure it out, you know? We'll see. We'll see what happens with the Rockets. I don't love their chances. Injury is not kind to them this year, but maybe
It's
Fred
yeah,
VanVleet comes back. Who knows?
they're really missing some guys. I guess that's the best matchup for anyone. If that's your best matchup for the 3 through 6, that's tough. It's a tough game. It's harder than what you have to face in the East.
Yeah, for sure. I like even as far as the Timberwolves, we've just seen them scale it before. I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker is a big loss for them. Like, I think that I would rather have them even than the Rockets, which is a big deal because I don't think that the Timberwolves are very good right now.
I think the issue with the Timberwolves is that you never really know. I mean, you obviously never know what's going to happen with them, but I've just heard from teammates of Anthony Edwards is if your best player cares more about the NFL season, it's kind of weird if you're like playing playoff basketball and a guy he might be performing super well, but if he's not leading the team in that sense, it's kind of difficult to look up to that guy who's just thinking about he's just a fun guy. He's a fun dude, as they say about Kawhi Leonard. He's just a fun
Right.
dude.
I think
Wants to
it's
win a title so he could play football.
I think that that's a
That's not
very
who you want.
appropriate comparison, though. To be fair, I think that Kawhi Leonard is a perfect example because I don't think he's much of a leader either.
Yeah. But I think he is locked in. I think he's totally in tune with playing basketball. He's not he's just a weird I mean, he's on the spectrum a little bit. He's just a bit off socially. He's he's still focused on playing basketball. He's been having a great season, Clay. I think he might be the
Exceptional.
most underrated player in the league.
Yeah.
He's
Let's even. By the way, the fact that he's also not on the list is on the MVP ranking is nuts to me. Raptors destroy the Magic, absolutely dominate them, 139 to 87, 31-0 rewrites historic proportions of coming largest unanswered scoring run in 30 years NBA play-by-play data. The previous record was 30-0, run by the Mavericks against
how
the
many
Thunder in 2023. It comes off the back of Scotty Barnes, who has since the All-Star break not had the best season until the last week and a half. He went off for a 27-10 game, followed up with a 9, 8, 12, 2 steals and a block. Not the best showing. Not the best showing. It was a loss. Back to a win with 23, 6, and 12, 2 steals, 3 blocks. And then to last night, 23, 5 rebounds, 15 assists, and 3 steals.
well, he
They've
had a
they've
great dunk
gone
too.
they've gone back to him as a primary ball handler because they were letting RJ Barrett kind of cook a little bit. They're like, okay, this is cute. Back to Scotty. He's killing it. He's absolutely killing it. He was worthy of that pick, you know, of that fourth overall pick.
He's lived up to the hype. I don't think he's developed. People compared him to Kawhi. I don't think he'll ever develop that kind of scoring game, but definitely in all the other metrics, he's there. I think they have a good thing going around him. Brandon Ingram is like that elite sub all star player. He's always got that good scoring punch. And RJ Barrett, he's found himself a nice role. I don't really think they have any potential to win a playoff series. I think it's very fun, and I think people in Toronto, my friends, are excited to have a playoff team. It's always fun.
34 to the Pelicans 102. The Pelicans were on a good run there for a few days, few games in a row. All these teams that they're playing against now really need to win, and they've been blowing them out of the water. Alfred Şengün, supernova in this game, 36, 13, and 7 with 3 blocks and 3 steals. We talked about it a little bit earlier, obviously. Um, 5 of 7 from 3. This is a talent that people, when we were watching him in Eurobasket over the course of the summer, all the Europeans were like, look at this guy. He's going to go nuts. All the Turkish people were like, this guy's the next.
Yep.
This is what we were looking for. He played against the Pelicans. So Zion as a primary defender is not really going to, offer much pushback. But it's always, I always, even in these times where you're beating kind of non playoff teams, This is what a good player needs to do. You need to still show your prowess, your all-star ability. He did exactly that. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of you, Shengun. We've been waiting for this, for you to do this to a bad team because
He did
otherwise
well.
you've
Yeah.
kind of been doing whatever. Good contributions from everybody else. DeJounte Murray's out there on the court for the Pelicans. That's always nice to see. I'm happy that he's back from injury still. Aside from that,
Zion,
there's Zion had 18, 4 and 3, 6 of 8 shooting in 25 minutes.
quiet game. I guess he's on a minute restriction or they're just blown
No,
out.
no.
So
This is it's just been his regular I mean, they were pretty to start off with. They were kind of out of this game, so I just don't think that he was played much longer. Like to give, he likes to. James
yeah,
Borrego is a good
it's
coach, to his credit. He likes to give more minutes to other players. For example, Derek Queen got 24 minutes in this game, which he has not been getting.
it's nice to see they're healthy and maybe the Pelicans can do something next year. Who knows?
Or maybe we just finally trade Zion, please, please, Joe Morris, please do us a favor and too much of this focus here. Next, Nuggets beat the Warriors. This was a close game until it really, really wasn't. 116 to 93. Jokic near triple double. This is Denver's sixth straight win. He's this is like the difference of the he was operating last year by the end of the year, scoring at such a high rate in order to survive. Now the team is healthier and better around him, more athletic, younger.
He doesn't like the score.
Yeah, and you know what? It shows up
He
here.
doesn't want it.
He scored 25 points, 10 of 20 shooting, but like all of that was he has become the flow of the game. You know, like remember a couple of years ago when he wasn't scoring in the playoffs and everyone was like, you got to score in order for us to win. Like you're our star player. He doesn't need to do that anymore. He's just flowing with the offense. He's flowing with
The
the offense
game
because he
comes
is
so
the offense.
naturally.
It's awesome.
How many
So cool.
threes did he take? I wonder.
4 of 8.
4 of 8. I've had an issue with this 3-point shooting. I mean, this is anecdotal, but I went to a game and Jokic threw away the game. It was against the Mavs. So at that point, they were the worst team in the league. This was a few months ago. And it was a close game. And in the fourth quarter, with 6 minutes left in the game, Jokic decided that he was going to take a 3-pointer every single time down. He was like 0 of 10 on that game or 1 of 10 from 3, and I was screaming the entire game, "Why are you taking threes?" I mean, he shoots 38% from 3. Those are great numbers, but every time he takes a 3, I just shake my head. If it's wide open, fine, but even if you're wide open, take 4 steps in and you take a mid-range shot. He's the best mid-range shooter in the league when he's wide open. So, that frustrates me, but if he's hitting his shots, can't complain.
Yeah, it's really they've looked they've looked exceptional this year with the two-man game between him and Jamal Murray. Like this is another level compared to even the previous 2 years when they were all-star level together.
Jamal Murray finally got the All-Star nod, so, I mean,
Well, he's been
it's
healthy.
really
That's a big piece of it. Yeah. I know everyone could stop talking about Jokic hasn't ever played with an all-star. Okay, everyone shut
yeah.
up. We almost had 2 of them this year, by the way. Everyone who was pitching Michael Porter Jr. to be an all-star.
Porter Jr. Oh, Eric Gordon.
Well, he
Serious
had
top for
a
that.
50-point game this year. Remember? So
I didn't remember that.
I think it was like second
50-point
game. I think it
game.
was like second game of their
Right.
year or something like that.
Jamal Murray
Um,
had a 53-point game the other day, and most people agree that Jokic was the best player of the game. He had a 20-20-20 almost. It was just crazy to drop a 50-pointer, and people people are talking about the other star on your team. What's he
when
have to do?
he's able to do that, he's one of those guys now that was like a Damian Lillard a couple years ago, where you're like when they're on, they can't miss. They just their game is so smooth. They have a really nice dribble package. You know, like they just can't miss. It's so much fun to watch the Nuggets.
He's so entertaining. That handoff pick and roll is it's gotta be the best duo of all time, I think. I don't know
Really?
who's better. Hey, who do you have on your top duos of all time? Because I'll just add this in. It's not only how good the 2 players are, it's how well do they actually play together. So how much do they feed off each other?
It always helps to have the championship banner, you know? I like it's hard for me to ever say that Stockton and Malone, as much as I don't want to acknowledge either of those people at this point in time, just on a personal level, they had some crazy averages at a time where scoring wasn't built like that. You know, it's what they were able to accomplish together was really, really historic. And if it wasn't for Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, who are the other duo that I'd probably put in that group, it'd be hard to say. I don't know. There's so many. It's difficult. But to be fair, I think that they're definitely top 5. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying they're not the greatest of all time. I just have to think about it more.
Yeah,
You,
it needs a full hour podcast. So,
yeah, yeah. Even to dive into those analytics because their dribble handoff stuff is it's magical because they're so both of them so skilled offensively. There's literally nothing that they can't do on a basketball court. It's incredible. It's really incredible. The Warriors are currently An end of an era. It's just sad. It's so sad. I don't want to watch this anymore. 36 and 39. This is Curry's 25th straight missed game.
No Butler, no hope.
Zach Folkman is now out of playoff contention, who had Curry, so I'm no longer worried about it. But I am sad. I am very, very sad because, come on, this is the team that brought us to the modern era. Them versus LeBron is the most historic thing that I've lived through, at the very least. Like, it's just upsetting. It's upsetting to watch. This is how the blaze of glory goes out, with Brandon Pajemski averaging about 20 points a game and like
Yeah.
5 rebounds and like 4 assists and a steal probably, and saying some of the dumbest things ever recorded on a microphone. And this is how they're going out. Like, if I was Steve Kerr, I'd be like, "You're leaving me with him, Steph. You're leaving me with him. Please don't do this."
I love the Warriors and I'm optimistic. So I just think about just get to
Good.
next year. Maybe there's that last hurrah. I'm also hoping I always have this inkling of hope that we'll trade for Giannis. Giannis will come. Giannis will want to come play with Curry. Like that's what he's gonna do. I don't think it'll happen, but you'd
The
believe. I don't know if
the
it would work.
reporting is, as you were saying, that you don't like to pay too much attention to the reporting. The reporting is, just to maybe get your hopes up as far as that. Supposedly, I don't know. By the way, I don't know if this is going to help anything. The Warriors are very invested to either go after LeBron or Kawhi. At this
Oh
point in
wow.
time,
That makes me
I
so happy.
I don't know that I would invest my hopes in either of those players. Would I like to watch Steph Curry play with either of those players on the court, specifically LeBron James? Yes, please.
Yeah,
Yes,
LeBron.
Warriors
I
do it.
want him
Warriors
with
do it.
LeBron.
You'll sell out every single game. Please just do it. I would love to see LeBron and Steph play on the court together. I would love it. Like, that's like finally getting like Drake and Kendrick on a song together. Like that's it's beautiful. It would heal families, or it
That'll
would
build
be,
bridges.
and it would honestly, all they would have to do is, I don't know, find whatever their version of Dirk would be and have just rerun the Mavs playbook from 2011, So all they would have to do is get the best player, basically.
I don't know if
But aside from
LeBron.
that, but I think no matter any way you swing it, Pajemski is not part of that team. This is the truth. Wow. It's just tough. It's a tough listen whenever you're listening to his responses to the media. You're like, dude. And yesterday he was like, "Yeah, I probably should said some things I shouldn't have." Yeah, you're doing it now. So stop, please. Okay. Pacers beat the Heat like they crushed the Heat. They really destroyed the Heat. 135 to 118. Pascal Siakam had a 30, 11, and 6. I will still go on record as saying, similar to the Pistons from last year, in the way of me projecting them, not in the way of the trajectory. This team will be a top 4 seed next year in the East. I have
Yeah.
absolute faith in my mind. They are so incredibly good, if only not for the stupid tanking. This player's injured, that person's out, whatever. This person spilled a cup of water on their pants, so they're not playing tonight. This team is so incredibly good, and when they get an opportunity like this with Siakam on the court, who's still one of the best players in basketball. It's just a masterclass. You know that Andrew Nemhard has recorded double-digit assists in the last 6 games.
He's incredible.
He's so good, and he plays
I think
such
they're
stellar.
definitely a sleeper team, same way they were last year. It just the second Tyrese went out, then they were just in full tank mode.
Finishing this out due to technical difficulties. Basically, Miami lost this game. There's no other way to say it. The Pacers are a very good team. They're still missing a lot of pieces, but Miami lost this game. Tyler Hero had 31 points, probably one of his better games coming back for the Miami Heat. Jaime Jaquez had 17, 8, and 2. And Bam Adebayo had 15 and 12 with 3 assists and a block, but 6 of 16 shooting. Really not his best. Clippers beat the Bucks 127 to 13. Mathurin, 28 points. John Collins, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Clippers are clicking right now, 39 and 36. They shot 58% from the floor. Milwaukee was down to just 8 players. In a lost season, nothing really matters to the Bucks right now. Gary Trent Jr. had a good game with 36 points, 9 triples, looking like he was last season. Alas, not really much of a difference maker. Let's beat the Kings in a very, very unimportant game, but the Brooklyn snaps their 10-game skid. That is really their, really the notable piece of this. Trailblazers destroy the Wizards 123 to 88. 3 Trailblazers hit 20 in an absolute blowout. Tamani Kamara had 23 points, 8 of 14 shooting. Scoot Henderson, 21 points. Denny Avdia, 27, 5, and 2 steals, 8 of 16 shooting. That efficiency and playmaking has come back up, which is very exciting to see. Will Riley scored 14 for the Wizards. Bub Carrington at 11. 10 points or less for everybody else in the game. That brings us to the end of the show today. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank Eliasor for joining us today. He is probably going to be recording with us a couple times a week at the very least. And I want to thank you all for watching and listening, and hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow.